Teach. Solon and his lackeys. Their whereabouts have been discovered. Apparently they're lurking in the sealed forest, not too far from the monastery. Rhea has called back all of the knights who were out searching to round them up. Seems like it could take some time for them to make it back here, but she didn't ask for our help.
Why keep it a secret?
Perhaps to prevent you running headfirst toward revenge? It's only natural that you would leap at the chance for it. Anyone would.
No, I will not allow it.
This discovery comes just when the knights are at their busiest. It is all too likely that our foes revealed themselves to lure you out there. They are the ones who took Geralt from you. I know how you must despise them, but I must ask you to rein in your personal feelings for now.
You can't stop me. It's fact.
Please, Professor, do not act carelessly. I ask that you leave this to us. Losing you so soon after losing Geralt would be unbearable.
Listen, Rhea, Lady Rhea, this move is the most strategic. The military strategy I'm devising will soon echo across Fódlan's history. I'm sure of it. Just think about it. Most of the knights are still far away, and we can't afford to have Sedith and friends abandon the monastery. So the only person who can take action now also happens to be our best commander. It's Teach, and wherever Teach leads, we'll follow. And since you've taught us that this sort of thing is always a possibility, we're already prepared for battle. We can buy the knights more time, not for revenge, but for a defensive attack on behalf of the monastery.
Professor,
Defensive attack?
do you agree with this strategy? Understood. I will give you the order. Destroy the enemy that is hiding in the sealed forest. You have the protection of the goddess on your side. Whatever happens, you shall overcome.
We have our orders, Teach. Now all that's left is to pull out a miracle.
One thing they've never brought up is that blue dagger he always has on his hip.
Yeah, well, I've noticed several people have, like, weirdly blue weapons.
I think that's
Because
just the
Hilda
sheath.
does, too.
I think they all have blue sheaths, but why the dagger? I don't know.
I gotta do this real quick. We've got a lot of broken junk
Oh, yes.
sitting around in my inventory. And that's annoying. Most of it isn't too bad, but like, for any character that I'm using consistently, it's really awkward when they don't have like a functional weapon, because then I either have to run them to the main character, or... Well, I mean, that's pretty much it. Let's see. Do we have any training bows? Yeah, we still have a bunch. He certainly doesn't need any. Why do you have so many? Let's see. Bow sword, bow sword. He's good.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with the forest.
Yeah. We haven't really had a whole lot of forests, now that I think about it. But yeah, Sylvain specifically was actually the issue most recently. Oh, it's because Iron Lances have garbage durability. I forgot about that. Well, she doesn't need a training axe. Get that out of here. She doesn't need a rusted bow, but she could use a training lance.
Yeah, the iron weapons would definitely be more prone to rusting.
I guess that makes sense, except for there's certain, like, iron weapons that actually do have a decent amount of durability, and it's just like, what? Forgot I gave her so many vulneraries. It's actually probably a good idea. Let's see, she needs a practice sword. Oh, he's got a stupid amount of armaments. So who needs stuff? He's got a training axe and steel axe. We should give him a bow at the very least.
So I wonder, maybe it won't happen until after the time skip, but I wonder if things between Gloucester and Regan will finally come to a head.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming during the time skip, a lot of characters probably...
Was the time skip 4 or 5 years? Because, right, they wanted to
It's
meet
5
5 years' time.
Yeah, it's 100%
for the ball.
5 years. Okay. Okay, certifications specifically for Sylvain. Nope. You need to become a paladin. Riding. His riding sucks.
Well, he has currently been using horseback in battle, right?
Yeah. Okay, I guess let's just do this. I don't think there's any other certifications I need to worry about. Let's see. Steel's actually better now that I'm recalling. Drops down for everything above steel. My main issue with using steel is just because it's, slower. And I prefer to get 2 hits in that do slightly less damage than 1 hit that does slightly more. Most of the time.
Just because it doesn't give you more opportunities to crit. That's one reason why you would want to have smaller, but fewer.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I was gonna do.
The sealed forest is up ahead. Visibility is awful there, so everyone needs to be extra cautious.
You seem to know a lot about it. It is just a forest, isn't it?
Have you been there too? Oh, never mind. Listen, just like I told the Archbishop, this is not a war of vengeance. It's a riddle, so to speak. Those guys are undoubtedly planning something terrible. We need some kind of clue as to what. The attack on the Holy Mausoleum, Flayn's kidnapping, that foul business in Remire, the demonic beasts at the chapel. It can't go on. We need to figure out their objective and stop them from achieving it. That's our mission.
So we have our mission now. We had better not fail.
It is a difficult task, but we will succeed. It is time to repay the kindness of the professor who saved my life.
An enemy whose objective you don't understand is a frightening prospect.
We're gonna destroy him. It's our mission!
I will have my revenge, whatever it takes. On that, I will never budge. Leonie, you will have what you seek.
I'll admit, vengeance sounds pretty nice, but don't forget that we're here for information. Luckily, we can easily find what we're looking for while getting revenge for Gerald. Right, Teach?
Do you think we'll actually succeed in apprehending Sodon at the very least? Because thus far, they're just able to teleport away so swiftly.
Yeah. Maybe?
And also, it was definitely the nemesis,
Wait.
quote unquote, that intervened with Monica. There's Monica. She's an assassin.
Oh, she's got a theme, of course.
What's a theme?
It's
One of the legendary weapons?
It's multiple other games have featured it.
I wonder if it's a particular weapon in mythology. A golem?
Yeah, it's like...
It looks like a golem.
Yeah. Okay, so I see a singular treasure chest, I think.
Oh, there are more golems in the trees, do you see?
I do. That's probably the ambush.
Yeah. So they're going to lure you in, and then those are going to be revived.
Let's see. Don't bring Petra, don't bring Ingrid. I want Ash, but not to fight. Want Hilda. Anybody else? Nope. I think this is pretty much my crew. So, Claude gets Ingrid. X will get Petra. Easy enough. Okay, and right. Last thing is... let's see, we want to go to the marketplace.
Welcome.
That's weird.
Right in the midst of combat.
Let's
go shopping.
We haven't started fighting yet. Anyway, Hilda's hand axe
Is that the one?
needs an
Thanks
upgrade.
a bunch.
It seems appropriate considering how often she uses it.
Is that the one?
Ooh, that's not worth it. Let's see, anybody else have any steel weaponry that I should probably forge up? Most of the steel weapons are fine. Okay.
Come back soon.
Saving over the gameplay. It's not so blue. Let's see, map. Where's Ash? Ash is right there. We need one, probably 2 bruisers if I want to take on that guy and get to the chest easy, and then roll north. We're probably gonna have to fight the golems. I think I'm gonna have I'm gonna have X just roll straight for it. Looks like this is a 2-parter. Oh yeah, look at this.
Yeah, is that a...
It's like a weird crest thing.
There are a bunch of dead trees atop it.
It looks concerning, suffice to say. I wonder how this mission would be if you were playing as Edelgard.
How kind of them to welcome us with some demonic beasts. They're not playing around.
But yeah, a theme is a common weapon
Hello,
in these games.
you're here. Welcome to the
Not Fire
Forest
Emblem.
of Death. My name is Kranya. This weakling girl was just a borrowed look for me.
Oh.
This is what I really look like. Now, you vermin, I'll take down every last one of you.
Okay, so a theme is a... I might as well mention that seeing as I brought it up. A theme is a ritual dagger.
Who, me?
Usually associated with black magic and so on and so forth.
Oh,
I'll give it my all.
and that it was.
For like sacrifices and blood
Let's get to it.
and other associated things.
Stay focused.
Yeah, I think Sodon had mentioned Kronya when
Yeah,
they were referring
yeah,
to Monica.
he called her Kronya.
Right,
Here
so
we go.
that's what Kronya looks like.
Leave
A
it to
kind
me.
of Harley Quinn look, almost.
Ready and willing.
Let us
Zoom
away.
in on her in a bit.
I mean, she has
That's my
the...
cue.
I don't know if it was just a line or something
If
akin
this
to a
takes
teardrop.
too long,
Yeah.
I might be forced to escape. Oh, or do you simply intend to let me go? How accommodating of you. As for me, I intend to kill you all.
Can actually hurt me a bit.
Let the lesson begin.
For some reason, these creatures remind me of lanternfish.
I mean, it's just the big glowing spot at the top of the head.
I am greater now.
You cannot harm Hilda the wall.
I'm going on ahead.
Fire. Yeah.
Predictable.
We're still grossly overleveled.
Each battle, a chance to grow.
So I'm just gonna grossly solo everything. And leave.
I really do hope that the golems are intentionally placed there because they're going to be activated.
Oh, absolutely. I'm assuming as soon as we,
It's always disappointing when they show something that could potentially be an enemy. But if you notice, the square above the golem glowed.
That's part of the reason why I'm also going on ahead with the main character. Because I figure if those golems wake up, I probably don't have to worry about it so much. Because he's durable.
Guess I have have no choice.
That stupid, like, metal dress that she's wearing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, I love it. Her design is pretty solid. Like, comparatively. I'm not a big fan of the male version. Maybe it's not so bad. At some point, I'm gonna keep saying this for a while.
Yeah?
But I really want to play the Game Boy Advance ones, because the sprite work was just so good.
I noticed that, there was a game that was coming out where you could freely switch between sprite mode and 3D mode.
That would be the new Dragon Quest.
The one that you played?
Yeah, Dragon Quest 11?
Did you... Oh, Dragon Quest 11, not Dragon Quest Builders. I see. Did you ever employ the chibi, or not the chibi, but the bit version?
No, so Dragon Quest 11's bit version is only for the Switch version.
You didn't have it on Switch?
No, it's not even out on the Switch yet. Nor do I think will I play it on the Switch. It's a shame, and hopefully they add it as a later patch. But my assumption is that won't be till later, if even, which is a bit of a shame. Because yeah, I'd absolutely love to play the updated version with the extra features, but they struck some kind of deal with Nintendo and you know.
Sorry. Don't know
Did
my
you
own
hear that
strength.
Nintendo was making a theme park? At Universal, I believe? I didn't know Nintendo had ties with Universal Studios.
I didn't either.
Unless they were just signing a contract for it.
Oh.
Doesn't Universal also have the Hogwarts school or the wizardry or...
Nope. That's at Disney.
Really?
I believe so, yeah.
I always thought that Harry Potter was at Universal.
Strength in action.
You might want to check that.
I think I've got...
I'm pretty sure it's a Disney... Oh, Hogwarts is not Disney?
No hesitation.
I guess I'm wrong. I thought I remembered somebody going to a,
Yeah, it is Universal.
Okay.
I mean, Universal is really close to Disney World over in Florida, I believe.
That should do.
Now, the IP that hadn't really been Disney that was included at the Disney parks was Avatar, but then they bought 20th Century Fox. So I believe much of James Cameron's work with 20th Century Fox is ported over to them. So technically it's Disney now, anyway? Kind of like how there were always Star Wars rides from even my childhood at Disney World. And then, what do you know? They buy Star Wars, and it's theirs. I believe there were some Marvel rides at Universal, and I wonder if now that Disney has bought the rights to it, if the Spider-Man ride and such that were at Universal are now defunct or have to be torn down.
Interesting question. I don't know. Because they didn't do anything with Six Flags.
Well, because of the DC rides.
Oh, but that was
Six
DC
Flags?
stuff.
That's DC. Because they have the Superman and the Batman.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. It's been a while. Let's see.
Because as far as I know, Warner Brothers doesn't have its own theme park, if you will.
No, I think they consistently just went with Six Flags.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'd look forward to a Nintendo World or Nintendo Land.
Speaking of, Nintendo Land is a really fun Wii U game.
There's a Nintendo Land?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it had like a Metroid light gun shooter. It had like a really fun hide and go seek / like tag mode that I really enjoyed, where like 4 players would be using just basic Wiimotes, and 1 player would be using the gamepad to hide from them. And it was such a neat mechanic that I've never seen in any other game. Let's see. Can you? No. Yeah, Raphael can get the punches in. He needs to just as much.
Really,
Won that.
I just wish that Nintendo would come out with more official merchandise. There's never anything for Metroid, and while there's some things for Legend of Zelda, it's not... It always feels like it's from third-party sellers.
Yeah. Fire!
Let the lesson begin.
Nice.
As expected.
Gonna run around magic blasting everything. I don't actually know if magic is better, but considering our main character,
It's funny how you haven't even drawn a sword as that character, but yes.
part of it is his magic stat is by far his weakest. Well, not. I guess yes, his magic stat, but those animations are amazing. But his magic skills are pretty bad. But he is by far like the heaviest defense of any magic caster. Anyway, Rania, you say?
Yeah.
I dare kill her with the most basic of. Oh no. The most basic fire spell did not cut. What is that? A training axe? That seems apropos.
You're a fool to be so brazen. You'll never avenge your father at this rate. I'll have to kill you too, with my own hands.
It's over.
Crit.
Well, that seems super apropos.
What's up with her outfit?
She has like weird, like spike tentacles coming out of her butt.
And
greater
pretty much
now.
a bathing suit.
Of course.
High heels too? Of course she's gonna trip.
But how? How could I really lose to a lowly creature like you?
Well,
Solon, don't just stand there and stare. I need your help.
yes, you most certainly do.
Huh?
Have no fear, Kranya. Your sacrifice will help to rid this world of the filthy vermin that have long infested it. The time has finally come to unleash the forbidden spell of Zaharas upon our enemies!
Oh, that was a like
He
pressed
tore-
stone.
Yeah, he tore her crystal out.
Please, help me.
Be gone with you, Fellstar.
Is your character the Fellstar?
What was What? Where did you go, Professor?
They were swallowed by the mystical darkness of the forbidden spell. An eternity wandering in a void of nothingness, never to return to this world. To think, we almost had the sword of the Creator.
I don't believe anything you say. Our professor is still alive. That's right. Our professor is no ordinary human.
I refuse to believe that Teach would die in a place like this.
It is possible that death has yet to find your friend, but there are worse things than death. Drifting through the darkness with no chance of escape, overwhelmed with hopelessness. It must be torturous.
Hey, all I hear is good news. Teach is still alive. And if that's true, then there's only one thing to do. Defeat you while we wait for Teach's triumphant return.
Prepare yourself. We will avenge our leader here and now.
How trite. But if you wish for pain, I shall oblige. If you prefer it so, you shall also be added to the ranks of the dead.
So they don't even care that there's going...
You fool!
You were saying?
So they're going to slay potentially the only being that knows how to cast magic that can send them to this realm, and then how are they going to expect to get you back?
Anime logic.
I know.
I was kind of hoping that you just see like main character just like slice his way out of space and like cut an arm off or something. He's like, how'd you do this? And then it rolls back a couple of seconds.
This is probably what the time skip is going to be. It's going to be
I was actually wondering about that. It's like, it would have been kind of impactful if like the main character just got deleted for like 3 chapters and you're kind of led on to think he's dead or like gone forever. And like the time skip happens in his absence. Like, you build up to it with Claude as the new main character for a couple of chapters.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll have to see. But yeah, it might be a situation like the Snap, if you will, from Marvel, where he'll just come back and he won't have aged, but everyone else has aged.
Well, I think that's exactly the point. That way they don't have to make a new model for the main character. The interesting thing is...
And he's called the Fell Star, which is interesting. I'm wondering, are all these crests... I assumed originally that they were maybe the inner crystals of dragon creatures or something, but maybe they're aliens? Maybe
that would
these...
explain Solon's weird head.
And Kronya and stuff. Because she said that, to be defeated by a human, you know, or... What did she say? A lowly creature?
Yeah.
I wonder if...
Well, it was also Solon was talking about ridding the planet of the filthy vermin.
Ridding the planet of vermin. So are they ancient aliens that fell from the sky or seeded the world?
Maybe.
Or what the deal is?
We'll have to pay attention to Solon's ears, because I don't remember them being pointy.
No, Solon's ears are normal. And Kronya, I didn't see ears, but they had sort of pallid skin, black markings.
Yeah. Don't know.
I don't know.
Let's keep going and see how it turns out.
Alright.
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap? Are you just a boulder that rolls down whatever hill it's on? No, even a boulder has more sense.
I can explain.
Excuses won't help us! This darkness is terrifying! As you and I are one, I too am trapped within this void. But please consider this. This realm of darkness we are in is separate from the world from which you came. I mean that it would take a god to leave this place. In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be. Are you prepared to die?
Yes.
You're not gonna really say that.
No.
You should say I'm not.
I know, I just like the idea of us Continuing with this weird selective stupidity. Yes.
If you want to say it because your father's dead and the world is so corrupt and vile, why live in it anymore?
I mean, I just like the idea of X just having, like, weird, stupid responses to everything, but everybody takes him too seriously. It's also the illusion of choice. Yes.
How very brave of you to joke at times like these. There is no other choice.
What choice?
Do you recall your father's diary? He said you were a child who never cried nor laughed. I think I am the one to blame. I must have been asleep, but even then, I feel I was a part of you. I do not know how Rhea managed it, but she allowed me to exist inside of you. The truth is, I have always been with you. It is within you that I found my power yet again. The power of a goddess. The power of the progenitor god. My name is Sothis. By now, you must be well aware of what that means. I am the one who watches over Fódlan and the creatures dwelling there. I am Sothis, she who died and then returned.
Somehow I know it to be true. It might be the green hair.
There is but one thing left to do to save us from this darkness of eternity. I must now use the power of a god. However, I lack a body of my own, and so I must relinquish all the power that I have to you. The time has come for you and I to join as one. And when that comes to pass, then I shall disappear.
No.
Oh no!
When I say disappear, I do not mean that all I am will be no more. My soul will join with yours, and you and I will never be apart. But I will no longer have the chance to speak with you. I shall miss it. So long have I been on this path with you. Through you, I got to see and hear this world. I even got to chastise you from time to time. I may not have acted like a goddess, but it was certainly fun. For all that you have done, thank you. I'm glad that it was you to whom my fate was bound.
Thank you for everything.
Now, we must pray. For if we share this wish, our spirits too will join as one. Your wish is to return to the forest, stop the enemy, and rescue the little ones. No need for words. I know your heart as though it were my own. Your will and mine are now as one. Both sides of time are revealed to you, and you alone. You know I am the beginning. What shall you do?
I called it!
So the Fellstar consumes even the dark. darkness itself.
Now his hair is an appropriate color.
Teach. You are Teach, right? I always believed in you. I knew you could cut your way out of anything. Let's go ahead and take down Fódlan, and then we can reflect on what happened.
What did you see in the darkness of Seiros? This would be impossible. The only being that can withstand that darkness is... Unless I dispose of you myself, I may never have the chance to send you back there.
Fusing with Sothis allowed the Sword of the Creator to regain its true power. Question. Nope, I don't have it in my inventory.
Look, now you have very, very pale green hair and green eyes.
That I do. I also have baloney. Oh, no, baloney ain't good enough. Man, that is a tough Durgan. Well, fine. Hand axe?
So she said that she wasn't going to cease to be, per se. But isn't the very term for... So she said that she was going to merge with you, and it's like, oh yeah, she'll just still be there in the back of your mind, but she says that she won't be able to talk with you or express her will. It still feels like a permanent death to me, or a ceasing of being.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, there's no way that she's gone at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is fast?
Unless he was just born with the intention of being a new host for her power.
Yeah, I mean, Rhea's probably going to reveal some stuff to us.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. I'm a little disappointed we didn't
And we didn't have the time skip.
No. I was kind of... It would have been maybe more powerful if we had just, been
3
chapters of just no main character. And it's just like, huh. Because that would have been rad. But oh well.
Thank you.
But you were right about him just cutting out of the void.
Yep. I mean, I figured as much. He went in there with the...
Even if he didn't succeed in slashing off someone's arm in the process, but...
I know, I was just hoping.
Nice try. Shall we dance? Sweet dreams.
Oh, they have items for me. What's up? I've still got a wooden axe. I'm a danger with this thing.
It was kind of unfortunate, but numerous gaming articles had him with this hair color.
Yeah,
as their primary image, and I was almost thinking to myself, clearly these people either didn't play to this part of the game or they just chose the most convenient image that they had access to.
Yeah.
Because it was a spoiler for me.
It's a bit unfortunate.
Though I knew much of the time that, yeah, with things like the blank stare and the ambiguous childhood circumstances and the interest of Rhea and others, that he was somehow going to be connected to them, and that, who knows, might get the green hair at some point, and sure enough he did. But
I mean, it was...
That clinched it, though.
It was weirdly suspicious that everyone... that was, like, vaguely mysterious had green hair.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's...
The green hair and green eyes.
Yeah, it's like... If your Chekhov's guns come pre-cocked and ready to go.
Oh, nice.
I'm not terribly bothered by it, to be honest.
And we still have to find out of what relation the mother was to Rhea. Because Rhea said something along the lines of, she was my blank, 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 blank.
I mean, probably daughter. But I'm going with, like, horrible genetic experiment. It's gotta be.
Trying to find a means to create the next host for Sothis, or to bring the goddess
probably
back. Would have to be a kind of unholy abomination that somehow acquired the crest of flame. I mean, is it me, or did Geralt look anything like the original Nemesis? Did he have blondish hair way back then, at the very beginning?
No, it was
or
like
was
a
it
blonde
silvery?
gray.
It's hard to remember.
I remember a blonde gray.
Yeah. It would have been cruel, though, if Rhea's... I'm maybe relative, daughter, sister, whatnot, had initiated the relationship with Geralt because of the prospect of merging the dragon and... we're still assuming dragon, but the dragon and crest of flame together, which would allow a dragon to wield the evil demonic sword, which I'm now suspecting to be alien dragon sword, or maybe creatures from a dark realm. Warped, corrupted ones.
Well, I tried popping off the barricade on that. Didn't work so hot. That's okay.
But Solon extracted a crystal from... What was her name? Konya? I've already forgotten her name.
Yeah, forgettable character that was a character for literally...
She was such a short-lived character.
She was a Chekhov's gun.
In an anime, she would have been the girl that survived, and everyone would have been talking with her, and she would be included on missions, and she would...
At the same time, I think she's...
something off about her, and maybe she would even foil some things, and people are wondering, how is it that these things are occurring inside the monastery? And then, of course, oh, it's Monica. And then she reveals herself after killing your father.
Yeah, I think...
They didn't really build her up at all.
Well, I think if we played as Edelgard...
there would have been a bit more.
Yeah, a lot more.
Plenty more where that came from.
Because, yeah, if you play as Edelgard's house, you definitely... Well, you
I think
absolutely,
it's Kronia
obviously...
Now, about it, yeah.
If you play as Edelgard, you absolutely would interact with her because she joins your house.
Hard work created this.
Let's see, who needs EXP here that isn't Ash?
I suppose I'm trying to imagine this from an anime perspective. If you had made this into an anime series, how would you introduce and give screen time to the characters?
Is mine.
And it would have felt like Monica / Kronia would have needed more time to establish herself, so that the betrayal with Geralt was more of a surprise, and then that this would have had more impact when she died. Because if she had reintegrated herself with the students and such, then there would have been that, how could you have betrayed us? And maybe she would have had some second thoughts, and but nah. Because then Fódlan would still have done the, oh, I'm going to use you to fuel this spell so I can banish the professor forever. And then that the please help me would have meant something more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It almost would have made more sense.
Because a couple moments ago she was saying, I'm going to kill you.
It would have almost made more sense if Monica joined every single house earlier on. So like...
And she disappeared around the same time as Flame?
Well, no.
Before Flame.
No, you find her. She joins you anyway.
Or maybe you save her far sooner.
Yeah, you save her a little bit sooner. But, you know, she just automatically joins you. Like, and depending on who you're playing as, your house leader might have a different reaction. Anyway, we kill him with the training axe. Oh, we one-shot him with the training axe.
By you.
Good.
Even though an emotion like fear has no place inside me, that means you must be eliminated.
No hesitation.
Hello. There's no kill like overkill.
To think that I would lose to mere beasts.
They're thinking with the beasts comment again. Common animals.
But
Riff-raff.
this is not the end. Tullus will carry out our mission somehow.
I guess this is still far from over.
Did they die, or did they just poof, as they always do?
Unsure.
And the golems meant nothing. The ancient, at least what they looked to be, ancient war machines.
Teach! We won! I'll be honest, when I lost sight of you, I broke into a cold sweat. But Geralt's killer is dead. All's well that ends well.
That's true.
You're kidding, right? I understood putting it off while we were in battle, but now that it's over, just go ahead and spit it out. That hair, those eyes, that unfathomable power. What happened out there?
I'll tell you.
You mean to tell me that an entity who claims to be the goddess was living in your mind? And it's been that way since you were a baby? And this goddess entrusted all of her goddess-like power to you and then vanished. It's a difficult story to swallow, Teach. But the way you look now, I guess I've got no choice but to believe it. How could something like that happen? There must be a clue in Geralt's diary. If you believe the diary, there's a high possibility that Rhea did something to you when you were born. That's likely when all this began. What in the world happened to you as a baby? And what was Rhea after?
What the?
Oh. Teach!
Oh,
what's the matter? Did you trip or... Wait, are you sleeping? This must be an effect of the goddess's power. I wonder if Teach's body can handle the strain. Think, Claude, what now? Should I carry him on my back? Easier said than done.
You have a wyvern mount.
Was that a drawing on some of the weird ground textures?
Yes.
Times flow, see the glow of flames ever burning bright on the swift river's drift, broken memories alight.
Professor, you must remain still.
What happened?
Everything is all right. There is no need to worry. Those who are trying to harm you are far away. How lovely it would be for this moment to last forever. I wish I could hold on to this time we have stolen, that you and I could create a world without end. I have heard whispers of what happened to you. Your appearance. You have received power from the goddess. From the moment you took hold of the sword of the Creator, I prayed that one day the radiant power of Sothis, which bathes Fódlan in its celestial light, might reside within you. But you are so much more than the light. You are my...
Oh?
Close your eyes, dear
Stop
one.
baiting us, lady.
Sleep. Just a while longer.
She seems to be coddling you
I
like
will
a
be
mother.
watching over you. Always. Always and forever.
I still think Grandma.
Yeah, I mean, a grandmother would also act like that as well.
Part 1. White Clouds. Pegasus Moon. Throne of Knowledge. The northern lands are enveloped in a bitter cold, and frigid winds are carried across the sea to the south of Adrestia.
Dim calves. Holy
when
shit.
feather white snow falls on Fódlan's locket, the fort looks as delicate as a pearl. However, beneath that snowy blanket, her throat is more treacherous than ever.
Creepy son. Dude, look at that hunter's calves in the bottom.
Yeah.
They're mighty. Now here's the question. Do we smell more or less like mint now? We probably went from evergreen to pure mint. Also radiation.
I think it's interesting she was able to hum a high-pitched version of that song. Yeah,
Rhea, please
it's
talk
difficult. You
to
have to
me.
put a lot
What
of air
are
in
you
it.
hiding? What is the meaning of how that one looks? It is almost as though...
As I said, there is nothing of which to speak. For now. At the end of this month...
I read Gerald's diary. I happened upon it in his room.
What?
Everyone's found it.
In it, he stated the reason for his departure. The baby, thought to have died in the fire, has returned to us. Gerald realized that you had done something to the child and decided to flee. What did you do to that baby, Rhea? Nothing questionable, I should hope.
Setteth enough. They will be here shortly. No more, I beg of you. I will take our dear professor to the Holy Tomb. There, I should be able to see our dearest wishes to fruition. When I was young, I heard her voice there. I'm sure of it. You may enter. I have been awaiting your arrival, Professor. Now that you have received sacred power from the goddess, there is somewhere you must pay a visit to at once. You must go to the Holy Tomb so that you may receive a divine revelation from the goddess.
A revelation?
The Holy Tomb is where the goddess sleeps. This monastery was originally built for the purpose of protecting that hallowed temple.
Only a select few know of it, but there is a legend about Seiros and the Holy Tomb. Saint Seiros, the first soul to be gifted power from the goddess, received her revelation there. She was told that it was her sacred duty to save the people of Fódlan, and that she must use her power wisely in order to lead them. The words that were handed down to Seiros from the goddess will likely fall upon your ears as well.
Prepare yourself to go at once. There, may you find out why you were blessed with such power.
There will be a ceremony at the Holy Tomb. It is then that you will receive the goddess's revelation. You may share this mission with your students.
The weird thing is, though, he's had Sothis inside his head for...
But they don't know that.
20-some years.
The only one that knows is Claude.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it wise to bring them into this?
It is said that when Seiros received the revelation, she had holy warriors by her side protecting her. Your students, who have followed you and fought alongside you through the darkest of times, are well suited to stand by you for the ceremony. Of course, as the leader of the Church of Seiros, I will be by your side as well.
Strange? Strange.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
The occasion is too significant to be missed. Even if something were to happen, I am more than capable of protecting myself.
Much has changed, but your duty has not wavered. Steel your mind for the ceremony and prepare your students well.
Rhea and Seteth were not their usual selves. What happened to teach that's questionable? And what really awaits at the Holy Tomb? The way they were acting, I don't think they have any plans of sharing that information.
Oh, he was listening in.
Mm-hmm. You know Claude by now. He's always nosy and sneaking about.
I
and
do
such.
like that about him.
I know.
Hilda's birthday party. Party. Power move. Got a maximum tea party for Hilda.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I'm supposed to do. Very tired. We were supposed to do like half a chapter, and then it's just like, oh shit, but things are important now. I know.
Well, it woke me up.
Yeah.
Because I'm intrigued by plot, less so by combat.
Oh. Hilder. Hello, Hilder. Tea party. There's a lot that she likes. She likes berry blend.
Wow! Thanks for inviting me. Whoa! You got my favorite tea!
It's a lot more tea and crumpets than the last thing that we did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the last person... Oh, no, it wasn't Dimitri.
It was more just crackers and such. I've never seen the chocolate cakes and the jam-filled ones at the center.
Oh, this will help. Okay. Offer tea?
Wow, thanks! This is lovely. Yep.
Fuck.
Probably the
But
ideal
it's-
professor or cute
yeah.
monks.
Nope.
I think cute monks, maybe.
Might have been. Yeah, it would have been cute monks. Food in the dining hall.
Wow.
Yeah. I was thinking dinner or food.
Let's see.
Oh, maybe relaxing.
Yeah, definitely
At the
relaxing.
sauna.
Wow.
That's Hilda.
Everyone's so serious all the time. Boring.
Laugh.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect tea time. Observe. Fail. Hilda the wall. Too scary.
Thanks for the tea.
Can't hurt.
I hope you'll invite me again.
That's a really weird zoom in. Optimizing tea time with a wall. New game plus skin for Hilda. Just brick wall.
It's Hanneman's birthday.
Hanneman's birthday. What?
Tea time?
Tea time with Hanneman? Alright, Hanneman, what does he like? He likes bergamot.
My room works
Bergamot.
better for me, but I am willing to compromise. For today. My, but you have exquisite taste in tea. This is one of my favorites. I always try to keep some around. Thank you.
That was a weird pose that he had.
He was crossing his legs and he had his hands on his knee. And then he uncrossed them and sat at the table properly. See?
Oh yeah. He just raises his leg real high.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Monastery mysteries?
Monastery rules.
Rules. Oh, okay.
He's a teacher.
What?
Definitely books.
Books.
Well then. Indeed.
Monastery security? Or guard?
Yeah, definitely monastery security.
Since I have never found out the secret of your birth, I am exceptionally intrigued. Yes.
Maximum tea time with the Hannah Man. Nah.
Will you drink some? Professor. Yes. Well, then.
Did he really just do the
Yes.
hair switch?
That he did. Wait, he's blushing.
Professor, will you drink some?
Well, there's
Will you
little
drink some?
sparkles
Yeah, see?
coming off of
He
him.
blushes. He's got a blush going on. And
Thank
farewell,
you for
Hannah
a
Man.
wonderful time, Professor.
I will see you in some weird dream. His sleeve... Oh, wait, no, it was not see-through. It's just got a weird cut. Anyway, charm has gone up. I wonder what maximum charm is.
I don't know if maximum stats are 50 or 100, but by fusing with Sothis and awakening the progenitor god's power, X obtained the certification for the Enlightened One class. What does that armor look like? Oh.
What a strange
really
feeling.
Stupid. Why does it look so dumb?
Let me critique it. So, the color scheme is really cool, but it's really just
The stupid freaking collar!
It's the collar.
It's the collar!
If it didn't have the collar, it would have looked okay. I think those discs on the one
That is a
shoulder
pop
is
collar
weird.
power move that, like, would intimidate the entire state of New Jersey. And that's impressive. Like, the shore would actually experience shrinkage beholding that collar. That's all I really have to say on the matter.
High overall stats. Yeah, it's really just the collar. I don't mind the crown because the crown is a motif for all of the people that have the goddess's power. I don't quite like that loop that's around his neck. It seems a little bit high. But the overcoat is cool. The undercoat, the armor on his arms and legs with the little spikes on them and stuff. The purple. I love purple. But
I'm a little bit disappointed my overall outfit does not change to match some of these. Anyway. Oh, right. I should check certifications for... probably not Ash. Yeah. Alright. Explore. Can't hear Sothis' voice anymore. So this is probably going to be one of the few months where we do actually talk to everybody. Just because. Let's see. Can I not... Oh. I guess if I check calendar, I can see how many paralogs we have. So we only have one set of paralogs left. Or the last one. So we're actually good to go. And then we got 3 weekends, and then it's the Ritual of the Goddess's Revelation. At which point everything probably hits the super fan.
yeah, something atrocious will probably happen then, or we experience the time skip.
I mean, probably both.
Or both, yes.
Anywho, first off, we gotta go bed. We got friends coming over tomorrow. Which means we've got to sleep, and then we gotta clean, and then I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Claude walks by, closes the door. He's taking this rather badly. I was really hoping there'd
Who
be a
puts the
student
bed in
out
the
there.
middle of the room?
What?
Look at the bed.
Yeah.
The headboard should be against the wall somehow.
Yeah.
Why do you have a candle behind your head? That nightstand...
This is not optimum room. Not even close.